Bafetu, I know we have different opinions and I admit I'm not always right. But let us face it, issues of color line have not vanished, and from the look of things they'll remain with us for a long time to come. And we tend to find the battles of yesterday. We are still fighting anti-colonial wars and still obsessed with correcting the wrongs of apartheid. And we don't seem to see the challenges that are facing us and our future generations. I don't mean we must keep quiet if racism behavior still sticks their ugly head out, but I mean, what is the culture we are adopting or that common goal that we are working towards in terms of making our land better for the coming generations? Accept the weakening culture of spending and consuming. I may be ignorant because I'm human, but I will learn. What I mean is that Japan adopted a culture of work after they had been diminished by the World War, and have since then rose up from the ashes to being the first world country. They are globally known for their automobiles they produce, and we still labor for them and invest our energy and skill in making them better than us. Germans are known of the precision and quality in their machinery and their elegant cars. They also emerged from destruction after Hitler had been on it. Brazil is known of their good soccer, and of course, never forget their Brazilian hair made in China and sold to South Africans, worn by South Africans, but there is no race that ever altered their image to look like South Africans. Ours know that this is self-dissatisfaction or racial suicide, or a message to God that he made a mistake with this image. Or it is simply we Nyes and criticizing one another like they did with my threaded hair. But I am an African, and my hair are not made in China, but they are God-given. China is seemingly taking over with their China City you see in Africa, but is there Africa City in China? Tinage, what is that one thing esifuna ukwazia ngawo umhlaba? Bafethu, I mean our neighboring countries have come to our land, chop our forest, create hand-worked wood fences and sell them to us. Some have teamed up together and have taken our spaza businesses in all townships, and not even your spa can beat their prices, and they operate their shops till very late because they are not scared of hard work. Yeka-ke thina amaqanda achobokayo, spoiled rotten by our own authorities. I'm not a groundbreaker, but I gave out a 12-page clear proposal to some as a means to team up and get us to do something that would benefit us. I'm still embarrassed today as I think I brought forward a crap idea. Respect, brothers. I am weak, I know. But I knew we would turn things around, yet of course my little credibility and changeability worked against me, I suppose. I'm still itching inside, and like Jeremiah, it is like fire shut up in my bones, and I can't keep quiet as I see our neighboring countries come and make money through us, through a lot of churches, questionable, that have spread njengotwayi and itching the skin of our land as though asazi nangalo Jesu, as though we don't have our own churches and our own abefundisi. But they have seen that kulele kunye la kube kubili ngabe kuyavusana kuvusizwe la kubo, and we blindly allow them like they were preaching a different Jesus, because South Africans won't be satisfied with anything unless it has been done by a non-South African. But fact, these people from far reap where they did not plant, as we fail to at least to listen to our own preachers who speak in our own native language. They get away with broad day robbery while we argue in parliament like high school boys. I don't know what is it that we argue about. Everyone wants a piece in the pie from one's selfish gain. We were taught no hard work ever killed any young man, but we act entitled to free houses, free this and free that, forgetting that someone must foot the bill for freedom, because freedom does not come for free. We can't even make ourselves in young assessor with our own hands, and we expect the government to give us imali eqolo. Is the system really building a black South African child to face it out there when we will not be there? Or it is building complainers who cannot provide good customer service at work just so they can get another chance to vote? Taxpayers paying government workers who provide a service that leaves a lot to be desired, scolding patients in clinics who come after lunch breaks because they want to break and relax. There is a lot of good that we are all doing. It is just a corner I'm standing in. It is a view I'm viewing from at the moment. Ungimele nje kancane ngizosuka kule view. I will change it ke ngicetheze nami. But what happened to the discipline instilled to children and be taught timekeeping and commitment right from the primary level of education? We have forgotten the African adage, ugotshwa usemanzi, and then we act surprised when we see the shooting and killing in platforms of education and the teachers murdered by those abangagotshwanga besemanzi. But we had gardening periods in schools, and we did handwork and we learned a skill, but today we criticize these kids and bring police forces in schools when they take drugs. After all, what are they going to do with so much energy at their disposal when extramural activities become so much indlala, breeding obesity way before university? A teacher has lost his passion ngoba kuthiwa uswazi is an abuse to a children, but asithele isibhaxu kothisha lamahlongandlebe, and that's what children's right means. Am I now washing my dirty linen in public? But these things are not hidden from the public, as the police collect bribes day in and day out in public. Churches have got so much audience, but what skills are they giving to children except telling them that they'll be useful in heaven when they're useless on earth? Nobody preaches against theft and robbery anymore because the greatest sin has become poverty. They only preach money, but Jesus warned that you cannot serve God and mammon, the force that makes people try to become as rich as possible, and they believe that this is the most important thing in life. Those who have an audience have but an elusive message, and those who have none have some. Yes, something to say. Look at the mass media. Listen to the politician and the priest. Yes, they all have beautiful messages, but they have forgotten that the journey and the struggle continues. Badla, basuta, badlala. Bafowethu, why words are such powerful weapons, and it is the media that shapes the culture of any society. Only if we aim to inspire more on media platforms and play sparingly. But while we have forgotten, we are being overtaken by people who know what the challenge is. Kona-ke sesingeke saba serious njalo njalo izokhuza i-bigness, kodwa noshongwe simlalele ngoba lo mhlaba ufuna abantu abaziyo ukuthi babhekeni. Elami belizothi ikusasa lakhiwe ebantwaneni, belizothi libunjwa liseva, kepha-ke lafe lihle kakhulu. Phelo ish. One love.